Hello, welcome to the second part of my bow guide. In this part I will talk more about skills I skipped and units I like to use with the bow. I will also show you 20 random tips and tricks which might further improve your experience with the longbow. Let's start with the skills. Sharp exit. It's just a worse version of light-footed. The jump distance is lower. It doesn't work when you are concussed. You don't get the movement speed bonus, you cannot jump forward, and it doesn't skip fall animation. I really don't understand why it's even in the game. Bodkin arrow. It reduces enemy defenses by 30%. Don't get confused by the description, it works also for piercing damage. In theory, it could supplement the kill combo nicely, but in reality, it's too situational. It's just much easier to get some value with a flaming arrow. Rain of arrows. Is potentially the most damaging basic skill of the bow, but to get the most of it, you need to land a headshot at a point blank range. Personally, I don't like the playstyle it forces you into, but it's a good choice if you like to get up close and personal with the opponents. Exploding arrow. It can kill bunched up archers and knock down enemy units and players. It has lower range than regular attacks, so you need to aim higher to land a shot at a distance. Personally, I prefer lightning bolt because it provides you with burst of damage which can finish off enemy players and more tanky units. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's talk about the units. A good rule of thumb is that your units shouldn't need babysitting. So things like archers, javelineers, outriders or axe riders are not that great. I will just list some examples of units which in my opinion work well with the bow. Iron Reapers. They are very strong and are a serious threat to enemy players. Their main weakness is their speed, but you can just park them near the cap point and move them in when needed. Modao. Although you need to cycle their skills for maximum effectiveness, you don't need to aim them, so all you need to do is just press 1 and 2 when you see that they engage something. You can also park them near your backline so that they protect them from flanking cavalry and axe riders. Tanky muskets like Tertius or Shengis. You can just leave them with other ranged units and forget about them. They will do their thing and not die randomly. Any shield wall. They are the most straightforward. Just put them in front of the ranged units or move them bit by bit with the push. They will provide cover for advancing ranged units and teammates that need to fall back. Some charging cavalry, so outriders and ratans are not included there. The thing with the cavalry is that you can have them parked somewhere safe, doing nothing, and then just charge when the moment comes. So most of the time you can focus on your thing and not feel guilty about your unit not doing anything. Other shock troops, preferable palace guards. Similar to cavalry, you just need to charge them in from time to time and then you can forget about them. To sum this up, you want to use stationary units which you don't need to control all the time, but they still provide some value, like muskets, shields or modaos. Or units which can be fired and forget when the time comes, like Reapers and Cavalry. Let's move on to the tips and tricks section now, but before that please leave a like if you enjoyed the video so far and subscribe to the channel, thank you. Okay, let's get started. If you are shooting units which push tower and you see that your target falls back before you kill him, don't finish it off, switch to another unit. Your focus should be on stopping the tower and not killing the units. Roll down from the high places to avoid fall animation. Just remember that you still take damage. You have bad accuracy while moving, even when you are standing still on a moving siege tower. It can be hard to land your headshots on far targets in such situation, so don't waste your ult. You need to time your attacks to kill pavis. They are very hard to hit when they are reloading, but their head is exposed when they are shooting. They are in shield wall mode, just start from the side. Flanks of the formation are not covered by shields. Don't be afraid to spam lightning bolt. it has a low cooldown. If you see some bunched up units with their backs turned to you, just ult them, maybe you will kill some. Lightning Bolt has a different trajectory than normal attacks. You need to aim a bit lower than usual. You can't roll through enemy units, players, or even small obstacles. Make sure to use an unobscured escape route. Get a heavy armored horse, it's a lifesaver. Unlike purple armor schematics, the horse ones are quite common, and you should be able to sustain a full horse set without a problem. You can mount up into instant dismount to confuse enemies and to gain some distance. Your horse will also tank some damage before it disappears. Just don't dismount in the middle of enemy units because you will get stuck. Use a small radar to see approaching enemy heroes. It's really important to know if there are enemy players nearby and the standard map won't show that. You can also make it bigger with a plus on your keyboard. Climb on siege towers for a better view, even on defense. You can easily escape with the roll or the mount if someone climbs the ladder. You can also kill light armored players on the ladder if you land your headshots. Note that on some maps you can shoot through side walls of the upper part of the siege tower. Use marksman and lightning to kill artillery faster. As I said before, it has a low cooldown and you won't need it at the start of the game anyways. If you can one-shot retreating player, it's sometimes better to wait for him to stop and start healing, so you can get a clean shot. Use hero labels to target them when you can see them clearly. Their head is somewhere in the middle of the label, just above heads of units. Mount up to shoot above shields, or just to get a better view. It also protects you from CC from enemy players and artillery. Hit players just after they dodge. You won't land a second shot, so wait for another dodge. Focus players who are occupied with something, otherwise they will just avoid your arrows. If you roll back, run for a bit so the chasing player loses interest. If you go back too early, you have no way of escaping. You can destroy siege towers, sometimes they need only few more arrows. You can kill grey hairs shields quite quickly if you have a good angle, and grey hairs without shields are not that OP, so it's a very good target. Alright, if you still have any questions about bow, please ask in the comments or join my Discord for a chat. Link is in the description. Make sure to subscribe to be notified about new releases and take a look at one of my bow gameplays now. Thank you for watching and see you next time.